Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member. There's a lot of perks. And also Wrathex.eth domain name. So we'll start off with Omi, and not too great of a day, down about 1.7% to 00059. $623,000 in volume. I really do want to get more, especially at these levels, but I did go a little bit ham last night, early this morning, on Luke Skywalker. Those that do not know, like 2 days ago, I had purchased a number 43 ultra rare for about $660. It was just, I thought it was undervalued at the time, which more on that later. And then also we have I took a look at the rare Luke Skywalkers, the animated ones. Now, these are the ones that are not nearly as scarce. There's more than double the amount of mints of the rare Luke Skywalkers as there are as the ultra rare and the secret rare combined. Again, more than double. That being said, I decided to go and take a look at something. It's like, okay, how much money has to be spent in order for that rare, the floor, to double? Okay, well, I took a look at it in order to get up to $144. Because it's $72, at least as the making of this video. Take a look at, okay, you have to spend over $11,000 in order for that to go up there. It could be any one person, it could be any number of people, but within the community, $11,000 has to be spent in order for that to double. Now, that being said, that is not including anyone that bought it at $50, $60, $70 and is going to sell at $80, $100, $110, whatever. But, you know, what do you have to do if you want to have the sub 100s, because there's only 59 of those? What do you have to do for that floor, which right now is currently, well, at the time yesterday, it was $310. So I was like, okay, well, all you have to do is spend like $1,000 and the price doubles. So I was like, okay, I spent another $600 something on that because I got number 97, number 94, whichever ones they were. And then somebody else bought the other one. And then, okay, so the price is like $550 now. But now, even after that, what do you have to do for the price to double? Well, somebody has to spend $4,664. Could be one person, could be multiple people. Again, the community would have to spend that much for the price. Actually, it wouldn't double. It would be a 3x. It would go from like $550 to like $1,550 or whatever. And that's including two of them that are sub 50. So I was like, okay, it's much easier for people to go and get a special mint, because the special mints, again, there's only 59 of those, as opposed to buying up literally 5 figures of the floor. So that's why I did that. You could use that for any collectible on there. Okay, is it easier for the floor to double, or is it easier for the floors of the sub 100s to double? That's why I did it. I'm just throwing that out there, giving you insight into why I do what I do. I am not the only one buying up special mints. We have somebody over on the Reddit saying could not resist snapping up this low mint in the market today. They had spent $1,099 or $1,100 getting a secret rare Infinity Gauntlet with the gems in it, and it was number 44. So things like number 77, 88, 66, things with repeating numbers usually tend to do fairly well, and the sub 100, especially a sub 50 for that, is no different. It's holding up at about 290 right now. I don't want to say you're at the bottom for that, even though but it was consistently going down. That secret rare gauntlet from 450, 420, blaze it, 390, 350, now it's down to about 290, and it stayed there. It sustained that price for almost 24 hours now. So I'm going to say that that's probably about where it's settling. I don't think it should go too much lower than that. Now, obviously, you do have more people that are going to snap their empty gauntlet, put the gems in that, and again, you could light $500 on fire, or you could light $1,300 on fire, depending on which Eye of Agamotto you do. So if you do that, you're going to have a couple people more over the next couple weeks go and do that. I think that will get eaten up. I think there's like 26, maybe 2,700 of them that are available right now. I think out of those, I think around 800 of them were from the secret rare. So you're going to have about 800 Thanos. Again, right now, I feel like eventually you're going to have maybe 900 to 1,000 of that secret rare, the battle statue Thanos. So that's just my numbers on that right now. We haven't heard from Wet Wizard in a while. He's doing pretty well. I reached out last night. He's a good egg. Some other things I found that were undervalued was the Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you go and you take a look at the sub 100s, and this is for the rare, there are 2 sub 100s that are $1,000. And as soon as those get bought up, it jumps right to 1,900 or about 2K. I'm bringing that up because that's only double the price of the floor. The floor is about $525. We do have a thread coming in from @walms_eth saying, in the past, collectors have suffered and flippers have benefited more. That's not healthy for the app and drives people away. Again, I feel like it really only drives flippers away, but I digress. Veve started doing airdrops, but these only encourage pump and dump events linked to the date of the airdrop. The gauntlet really did benefit the collectors who had been collecting the stones over the last year at very low prices. Recently, prices pumped so long-term collectors could profit from the multiples held and participate for much cheaper. Losing your stones is a shame, but we all know the story and element here, and Reverend Alex G told us in the future, crafting could be just for holding without needing to sacrifice. Gamification. This drop felt cool to participate in. When I got the gauntlet, I couldn't wait to put the stones in and craft my completed glove. I didn't even think about the prices of what I was giving up, as I was excited to do it. Only after did I start to think about if it was financially the best option. And I'm a savvy person who doesn't go for most drops, so this shows that people want to feel included and have it gamified. Making drops and collecting fun should be a key strategy for Veve. Anticipation. This event has made me think about what to collect to hold for future events. I look to create profit and often flip, but I'm now having to think like a collector. I've seen how Gauntlet went, and now I'm thinking of holding things to get benefits. Will lightsabers hold crafting possibilities? What could they do with the comics? These are the types of questions that I have. And speaking of utility, I didn't mention it in the last video breaking down David Yu's interview that I did with him. And when I asked, like, hey, I know you have to go, the Veve gold and silver logo, is there going to be any additional utility or just what we had? Just yes or no? He's like, oh, yes, absolutely. I was like, oh, that's all I needed to hear. So like I said, I am trying to get another one of those. I do have 2 of those already. I think those are future grails, in my opinion, only 500. Anyway, he has not announced what that will be yet. For that, I'm not sure if they'll be able to do anything at New York or San Diego Comic-Con, which they're not 100% sure if... He didn't go and say any specific cons. He just said we'll probably have 2 or 3 North American events. One on East Coast, one on West Coast, and then probably Decon. Sorry, moving on. And it says, in conclusion, this was a crafting event and was pretty cool, but in essence, this was burning, and Veve started with the potions and now the gauntlet. Both were very successful for Veve, collectors and wise flippers, so everyone wins. This is just their first venture into this, and yes, there have been hiccups, but I've enjoyed it and look forward to more. I'm sure they'll get even more inventive and creative with it. What did you guys think of it? And then, comment down below what you think of that as well. The kind of new whale that I've been talking to does happen to be the boss man that I happen to go and work for. Like I said, I went back to work a couple weeks ago just to go and be able to buy more Omi at these prices. But as soon as I get money, it really does go into Veve. Anyway, he had a little fun going and playing with the holiday group with one of our co-workers over there. Thought that was pretty cool. He's really excited about it. He doesn't have a ton of Omi. He just bought over the last couple of weeks like 3-4 million Omi. Also, he has a couple things on the app, but he will go and buy more. Very excited for him. If you are in the New York City area, if anywhere around there, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Long Island, there's going to be a bunch of us that are going to try and meet up at Ron English's show. He's going to have a show over on Saturday. That is this Saturday, the 20th. Comment down below if you're looking to go. We're trying to get a group of people together. So we have Maddie Boom. So Grubba B said, oh, hey, show everyone, show us your stacks. Show us your stacks of whatever you have. And I, of course, showed my 202 common alligator Lokis because those are amazing and I love them. But Maddie Boom Boom says, I'm not just here to stay, I'm here to stack. Love all the collectibles, and these are just a few of my favorites. He's got 3 Emperor's Fists, which is the Darth Vader Ultra Rare, which is really cool. 35 of Beware the Dark Side, which is the Darth Vader Uncommon. And then has 61 Dark Lord of the Sith, which is the Darth Vader Common. Quite a lot. Has 240 Young Avengers #1s. My God, that is quite a lot. And has 713 Steve Rogers. This is the first appearance of Captain America over on the blockchain. And out of the 28,000 that there are, I'm going to say that several thousand of these are locked up because they were in bots accounts, they were in accounts that maybe didn't KYC or whatever. So the fact that you have 3%, this person has 3% of it, and that's before you go into That's before you go into the locked up accounts. I just think that's incredible. Even though a lot of people were salty, as was I at the beginning, saying, oh, the first appearance should go to the statue, the one that's animated and cool. But again, they give a lot of these Marvel Mighties the first appearances, so probably going to be something there. On top of that, we had Gwyn Tran saying, I'll be in my little corner over here with his 8 partner statues, his 59, I don't even know what that is. I think Elektra's, his 55 Spider-Mans hanging out, 140 Steve Rogers, 16 Donald and Daisy Ducks, 9 Amazing Spider-Mans. I don't know if that's the... Let me check that real quick. Yes, he has 55 of the rare, 14 of the uncommon, and 9 of the common Spider-Man. That's absolutely bananas. We in the macro, we have Palmer Lukey saying, I'm a technology enthusiast, writer, and modder, founder of Mod Retro, Oculus VR, and Onduratech. Has 150,000 followers and says, the Apple headset is so good. Well, the co-founder of the Oculus Quest go and say the Apple headset is so good. They are showcasing that on the keynote, I think on June 5th. I think they're showcasing that. And so that's next month. That's a couple weeks away. What type of things could we have here? We have Dr. Profit going, is like, oh, this is good. A lot of people have gone on and said, hey, if all of this is really good and you have a bunch of Apple fanboys that would have no problem spending $3,000 for the headset, what things would look really good in AR? A partner statue, a Spider-Man. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. But I think that a lot of really cool people would really want some of these amazing products that Veve has, especially if they're just on the blockchain. Oh, these are NFTs. If you kind of don't know what they are and say, oh, this is an NFT, it's just kind of cool. Also on top of that, we have Udi Wertheimer, who has 168,000 followers over on Twitter, says, CT is completely oblivious to the fact that Apple is about to launch a mixed reality headset in 3 weeks. I think they're just showcasing it. I don't think they'll actually release it until later this year. But he says, metaverse poop coins are going to pump so hard, it's not even funny. But you morons keep buying influencer coins. I'm not sure what the influencer coins are. Either way, you have the... I may or may not buy a little bit of Decentraland and a little bit of sand just to go and if it pumps, I'll flip it and I'll put it into more Omi. Now I did the same thing with Grumpy Cat. I don't know where that's gonna go. Pro the Doge has been really advertising that, and there's really not been there's been a lot more people buying into it. So there's been a lot more people going. There's a lot more holders, but we'll see. So I might do the same thing with Decentraland, Decentraland's mana and Sandbox's sand. If Metaverse coins do pump, I mean, Omi should be listed as a Metaverse coin at some point, but it won't be right now. Again, we're not really on any major exchanges, so we'll see that in the future. Next for Veve will be Amazing Fantasy number 15, but this is not the one that we all know and love. This is the one that is, I think, from 2004, 2006. Yes, 2004. It is the first appearance of Amadeus Cho, the man who would become the totally awesome Hulk. Again, I've said this before, the first appearance Hulk that we have right now, great, love him. He's not the only first appearance Hulk that we'll get. We could have the totally awesome Hulk as appearing in this comic. That is tomorrow. There are, I think, 5. How many of these are? Oh, 7,500 editions at about $7 each. But you have the totally awesome Hulk that we can get. We would have Gladiator Hulk. We could have Red Hulk. We could have World Breaker Hulk. We could have Maestro. There's so many different ones that we could get. So if you see your favorite character and you may be like, oh, I wish they did this one, there's a decent chance that they might in the future. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.